why teenagers have a hard time with church often is a lot of times in church we don't facilitate their questions very well. And students have a lot of questions. That era of the teen years, the questions just are compounding, and they want to know about all kinds of things. And when things don't make sense, they want to explore. And they want to explore anyway. That's just, they have this curious nature that's a part of becoming independent and growing and becoming their own person. And so I think what's happened a lot of times, the church has, instead of fostering and facilitating questions, they sort of shut it down. And so what I encourage is fuel the questions, add fire to those questions. In fact, I don't know if everybody really knows this, but some historians talk about the way that even young Jesus of Nazareth learned growing up was in a culture where they taught you to learn by questioning. There were always questions and responses. And so if you sat in a class, you needed to be able to ask your teacher a question, and that was rewarded. So if you remember the story of in the Gospel of Luke, where Jesus is in the temple, and he's with the leaders in the temple, or the teachers there in the temple, and it's that Jesus was questioning them. And this is what is the sign of true learning. We really get engaged when we're asking questions. And so instead of it being very one way, where we just give all the answers and the students just sit there and repeat the answers that we spew out, they need to question. That's important, and it keeps them engaged, and it helps them to actually learn. By the way, as we grow as adults, we continue to have questions. Remember when Jesus died on the cross, in Matthew's gospel, he says, my God, why have you forsaken me? It ends with a question. And questions are so valuable. They cause us to explore and to learn so much more. You remember in the book of Job, of course, Job has all of this suffering. And when you have suffering, when you have loss, you immediately have questions. And all of these friends came around and started supplying all of these answers. But the story of Job goes on that the friends were in error because it wasn't about answers. They didn't need someone to just spew answers. They needed someone to help them with their questions, to sit with them in their questions, to wrestle with them. I think that's what teenagers need more than ever. They need to keep exploring their questions, and the church needs to come alongside them and to help them keep exploring their questions. I hope it helps. And if you want some more questions and answers, questions and responses, questions and ideas, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll do our best.